Welcome to a 30-minute spa yoga flow. If you find yourself with a half an hour, find a quiet spot to unroll your mat and we'll begin. Begin by finding a comfortable seat and allowing your eyes to close. As you inhale, sit up nice and tall. As you exhale, begin to feel your shoulders relaxing away from your ears. Beginning to find a steady breath in and out through your nose. With each exhale, feel yourself settle a little more fully into your body and into your space. Beginning to notice the pause at the top of each breath in and at the bottom of each breath out. Begin to find yourself sinking into a sense of calm here as you slow your breath and your thoughts. Take a moment to draw your hands to your heart and set an intention for your practice. Perhaps for the next 30 minutes, or perhaps something to carry off your mat into the rest of your day. And with that intention in mind, take another full breath in and out. Perhaps allow your eyes to stay closed here as you take a slow transition to a wide-legged child's pose as you allow your big toes to touch and your forehead to melt to your mat. Feel your breath in as it travels all the way up your spine, right to your shoulders and your ears. And as you exhale, feel your hips settle a little more close to your feet. Noticing all the points of connection you have with the ground. And from here, begin to walk your fingertips slowly towards the right corner of your mat for a side stretch in your child's pose. Take 3 full breaths here as you press into your palms, breathing into your left side ribs. Slow transition back through center as you walk your fingertips in the opposite direction. And 3 full breaths, feeling your breath move into your right ribs, in and out. Move your fingertips back towards center and take 1 more full breath here in your child's pose, then a transition to your tabletop. Begin to move through some cat and cows here, using your inhale to arch your spine for a cow, and an exhale to round through your spine for a cat, drawing your belly button in. Take your time here and allow your breath to drive your movement, inhaling and exhaling. Take a few of these. Feel free to pause anywhere that maybe needs a little extra breath or attention, maybe somewhere in your spine that's feeling tight. Returning to a neutral spine, walk your knees back a couple of inches, curl your toes under and reach your hips high, coming into your first downward facing dog. Take any movement here to warm up, perhaps pedaling out 1 foot at a time, or finding a gentle rocking of your hips. And feel a grounding through your palms as you press your hands into your mat and you draw energy along your arms, along your spine, and down the backs of your legs. Slowly bend your knees and gaze forward as you take slow, small steps to the front of your mat and come into a ragdoll as you hold onto your elbows and allow your spine to drape forward. A little or a big bend to your knees here. 5 full breaths. As you inhale, feel your breath moving along each vertebra, and as you exhale, head melts a little closer to the ground, creating space. Feel any tension drain from your shoulders and your neck as you continue to breathe. Gently releasing your elbows and take a slow, delicious roll all the way up to standing with your head coming up last. Inhaling your arms overhead at the top and using your exhale to draw your hands to your heart. Prepare for a side stretch as you inhale your left fingertips to the ceiling and then take an exhale to fold towards your right. Press into both feet and send your breath into your left side ribs. Way through center, switch sides as you extend your right fingertips long and fold towards your left. With each exhale, find a little bit more space in your side bend. Coming back through center, inhale, big reach of your arms overhead. Exhale, hinge your way through a forward fold, and moving with some breath. And inhale, find a long flat back as you gaze forward, lifting onto your fingertips, and exhale, folding back down. twice more, letting the breath drive the movement. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. And planting your hands, a slow step back to your downward facing dog. Taking a long, full breath to settle into your down dog. And as you're ready, begin to extend your right leg long behind you. You'll bend your knee, open up your hip, and come into a three-legged dog. Staying strong through your shoulders as you continue to draw energy from your palms along your spine. Breathe space into your right hip crease. Begin to lengthen your right leg and square your hips, and a quiet step of your right foot between your hands as you lower your left knee and left foot to your mat. Hands walking up to your right thigh, either staying here or add your arms overhead, coming into your low lunge. Feel your shoulders drawing down your back as you press your heart forward and up. 3 full breaths. Slowly allow your hands to frame your right foot as you begin to lengthen through your right leg. Use an inhale to find a flat back and an exhale to fold. And a few more times with your breath as you wave through your spine, inhaling and exhaling. Finding length. Folding forward, and this time pausing with your nose melting towards your knee. 3 full breaths. Send your breath along the entire back of your right leg as you draw energy up your leg and wrap your left hip towards the front of the room. From here, slowly allow your right foot to plant and step your left foot to meet your right at the front of your mat. Slowly rolling all the way back up to a standing position, reaching your arms at the top with an inhale, hands to your heart as you exhale. Finding a standing back bend from here as you draw your fingertips onto your sacrum and use an inhale to press your chest forward and up, drawing your elbows together behind your back. 3 full breaths here as you feel expansive and open through the front of your body, either looking straight ahead or lifting your gaze to the ceiling. Releasing after your 3rd breath, use an inhale to find a big reach of your arms and an exhale to fold your way forward. Use an inhale to come to 1 long flat back, and we'll pause here. 3 full breaths in your flat back as you keep pressing your tail towards the back of the room and your head towards the front of the room. Find a little more length with each breath. Easing your way forward again, planting your hands, a step back to your downward facing dog. Extending your left leg behind you as you bend your knee and open your hip for your 3-legged dog. Strong through shoulders and hands, maybe gently circling your ankle or your knee, finding space in your left hip. Lengthening your left leg behind you as you square your hips, quietly stepping your left foot forward, lowering your right knee and your right foot. Your hands will walk up onto your left thigh. Maybe staying here, perhaps arms sweep overhead. Maybe eyes close as you take 3 full expansive breaths. Feel your shoulders melting away from your ears as you open through the front of your heart. Hands will plant, framing your left foot to come into your runner's stretch. Moving with your breath, inhaling to a flat back and an exhale to fold. And twice more with your breath, inhale, lengthening. Exhale, fold forward. 1 more inhale. 1 more exhale, and pausing here. 3 full breaths, pressing your left heel into your mat, sending your breath along the back of your left leg. Each exhale, feel a little tension drain out of your shoulders and your neck. Transitioning out by planting your left foot, step your right foot to the front of your mat. This time, grab your big toes with your thumb and your first finger. Use an inhale to find length and an exhale to fold forward again, this time flaring your elbows out slightly towards the sides to pull yourself deeper into this forward fold. And 5 full breaths, each exhale finding more length along the backs of your legs and along your spine. spine. Releasing your big toes, a bend to your knees as you take a slow roll all the way back up through center, reaching the arms at the top, hands to your heart. From here, keeping your eyes closed, begin to rub your palms together quickly to begin to generate some heat between your hands. Once you have your hands very hot, you'll place one hand and then the other right on top of your chest. And as you inhale, feel your chest expand into your hands. Exhale, press into your feet. And again, inhaling, exhaling. Draw your hands back to your heart as you begin to rub your palms together, creating some heat. And this time, draw your hands over your eyes and your forehead. As you inhale, feel all the heat from your hands pour into your face. And exhale, standing tall. One more breath, just like this. And gently releasing your palms by your sides. Inhale, big reach of your arms, and exhale, hinging through a forward fold. Inhale, a long, flat spine. Exhale, hands will plant, step back to your downward facing dog. From here, take a full breath in through your nose, and as you open your mouth, exhale. Slowly begin to allow your knees to lower to your mat as you transition to a tabletop. And use an inhale to come into your cow pose as you arch through your spine. Use your exhale to round for your cat. And gently returning to your neutral spine. From here, elbows will hug your sides as you lower slowly onto your chest. Hands will plant by your low ribs, and use an inhale to curl up for a baby cobra. And exhale to lower back down. Twice more with your breath. Inhale, curling up. Exhale, lowering back down. And one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Pressing through your tabletop. Curl your toes under and reach your hips high again, coming back to a child's pose. Taking 5 full breaths in your child's pose. With each exhale, feel yourself melting a little more fully into your mat. If your forehead is connected to the ground, maybe gently rubbing it back and forth to give yourself a little massage. A slow transition back to a downward facing dog. And a few breaths here as you settle back in. Right leg long behind you. Step your right foot forward again between your hands as you lower your left knee and your left foot. Turn your right toes out to 45 degrees and placing your right hand on your right palm, begin to press your hand into your thigh to take a twist over your right shoulder. Using each inhale to lengthen your spine and an exhale to deepen your twist from your belly. Unwinding, plant both hands inside your right foot and either staying right here for your lizard or perhaps lowering onto your forearms. Take 5 full breaths into your hip crease. See here as you breathe if you can release any tension you're holding onto, maybe in your fingers, your face, or your toes. Creating some physical space and some mental space. Out by pressing into your hands, curling your right toes under, and step your right leg high. Come back to your 3-legged dog as you bend your knee, open up your hip. Stay there for as long as you would like, and whenever you're ready, lowering your right foot next to your left. You'll switch sides, extending your left leg. Step your left foot forward as you lower your right knee and your right foot. Left toes turn out to 45 degrees as you press your left palm into your left thigh for a twist. Using your inhale to find length to your spine and an exhale to deepen your twist. Coming back through through center, plant your hands inside your left foot, and either staying here or lowering onto your forearms, come into your lizard pose. 5 full breaths here. If your thoughts begin to wander, directing them back to each inhalation and each exhalation. By pressing into your palms, pull your right toes under and step your left leg high again to your 3-legged dog as you open up your hip for a counter stretch. Stay here for as long as you would like, and whenever you're ready, planting your left foot next to your right, come back to your downward facing dog. To lower your knees back to your mat, coming into your tabletop. Use an inhale to arch for a cow. Exhale to round for your cat. Moving back through your neutral spine, elbows will hug your sides as you lower your chest and chin and scoot forward onto your belly. Hands by your low ribs. Use an inhale to curl up for a cobra. And pausing here, we'll take a twist as you begin to turn your gaze over your right shoulder, coming back through center, gazing left, back through center, and one more time each way, gazing right, center, left, center, and slowly easing your way all the way back down. Press through your tabletop and then back to a child's pose. Knees wide, big toes touching. Taking a few breaths in your child's pose as you allow yourself to melt completely into the ground. Feel a softening of your shoulders and your neck. As you're ready, transitioning your way back to your downward facing dog. Preparing for a pigeon as you lift your right leg long behind you and step your right foot forward towards your left wrist. Begin to walk your hands in towards your hips to allow this to be a heart opener for a few breaths. Either staying here as you puff your chest forward and up, or perhaps bending your left knee, you'll reach your left hand for your left foot. And as you draw your knees together, you might extend your right fingertips towards the sky. Taking some full, expansive breaths here, perhaps your eyes close. Slowly releasing your foot, releasing your hand, and take a fold forward as you come into your pigeon, allowing everything to melt forward. Begin to visualize your breath building at your sacrum, at your low back, and with each inhale, picture your breath moving all the way up to your spine, to your shoulders and ears, like a moving massage, getting into any of those places that feel knotted or tight. And as you exhale, imagine your breath moving all the way back down your spine, carrying with it any tension that you need to release. Take the next 6 full breaths right here in your pigeon. Transition your way out by pressing into your hands, curling your left toes under, and step your right leg high, taking a counter stretch as you bend your knee and open your hip. Stay there for as long as you would like, and whenever you're ready, lowering your right foot, we'll set up the other side. As you extend your left leg long behind you and step your left foot forward towards your right wrist, taking a moment to walk your hands in towards your knee, puffing your heart and chest forward. Either staying here or bending your right foot, reach your right hand right foot for a quad stretch, and either staying here or draw your knees together, you might lift your left fingertips off your mat. 3 full breaths, maybe eyes closed, feeling expansive through the front of your body. Gently releasing your leg and take a fold forward, beginning to ease your way down, resting your forehead on your mat. To notice any sensations you're experiencing. Perhaps the sensation of the stretch or the texture of your mat under your palms or under your foot. Sensation of your clothing against your skin, and begin to allow each of these sensations to bring you more fully and more present into your body as you breathe here in your pigeon. 6 full breaths. Begin to transition your way out by pressing into your palms and taking your counter stretch as you open up for your 3-legged dog. Stay there for as long as you want, and when you're ready, you'll lower your left foot next to your right, coming back to a downward facing dog. Taking a few more breaths here, noticing how your spine is feeling in space. And whenever you're ready, begin to lower your knees back towards your mat, coming back to your tabletop position. We'll take a twist as you inhale your right fingertips out towards the right, and then thread your right arm under your left, lowering your shoulder and your cheek. Either staying here, or inhale your left fingertips towards the sky and take a bind by turning your thumb away from you and wrapping your arm behind your back. Take 3 full breaths as you feel your shoulders begin to unwind. Pressing your left palm into your mat, sending your right fingertips out towards the right again, and then coming back to your tabletop and setting up the other side. Inhale left fingertips towards the left, and then thread left arm under your right as you lower your shoulder and your cheek. Either staying here or taking the variation you took on the other side as you feel your shoulders begin to unwind. Breathing fully. Pressing your palm into your mat, sending your left fingertips back towards the left, coming back to your tabletop. From here, finding your hips over your knees, continue by walking your palms forward one at a time as you lower your heart towards your mat. Perhaps your chin or your forehead will touch for your inchworm. 5 full breaths here, melting your upper back towards the floor. Slowly slide your way forward all the way onto your belly, and stacking your palms on top of one another, allow your forehead to rest on top of your hands. Perhaps gently rocking your head back and forth to give yourself a little massage for your forehead. As you inhale, breathe right into your lower back, and as you exhale, feel everything melt into the ground. From here, walk your hands next to your ribs and use an inhale to curl your way all the way up for a cobra. Pausing here as you feel your shoulders drawing away from your ears. Heart moves forward. Take 3 full breaths in your cobra. Slowly ease your way all the way back down. Press back through your tabletop and begin to walk your knees forward to come to a seated position, drawing the soles of your feet together and your knees wide for your Baddha Konasana. Take an inhale to sit up nice and tall, and as you exhale, ease your way forward, rounding your shoulders and your neck. Take 5 full breaths, inhaling into your spine. Exhale, feel your head melt a little closer towards your feet. Slowly ease your way all the way back up through center and extend your right leg in front of you. Draw the sole of your left foot to your right thigh. Use an inhale to sit up nice and tall, and as you exhale, keeping a long spine, begin to ease your way forward. Once you've reached as long as you can, allow yourself to round forward, reaching either for your foot or staying on tented fingertips, and take 5 full breaths. Use each exhale to find a little more space and depth in this forward fold. roll back up through center. Begin to switch sides, extending your left leg. Draw your sole of your right foot to your left thigh. And inhale to sit up tall, and an exhale to fold your way forward. Using each inhale to find a little more length to your spine, and each exhale, fold a little further forward. Extend both of your legs and take a slow roll all the way down onto your back. Taking a moment to feel your entire spine pressing into the ground, and then draw your heels in towards your hips as you set up for a bridge pose. Pressing into your feet as you lift your hips and your back off your mat, either staying here or interlacing your hands underneath you and walking your shoulders one at a time. Count 5 of your own full breaths. After your 5th breath, slowly lower all the way down and take your Supta Baddha Konasana with the soles of your feet together, knees wide, and bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. As you inhale, notice the expansion of your heart and chest into your hands. As you exhale, feel your back melt a little more fully into the ground, beginning to feel your breath slow down even further. Winding down with a spinal twist as you cross your left knee over top of your right, send your knees to the right, arms coming into a T, and gazing in the opposite direction of your knees. Take a few full breaths here as you feel yourself unwind. Transitioning back through center, and we'll switch sides as you cross your opposite knee over top, send your knees in the other direction, adjusting your gaze, taking 5 full breaths. Make your way back through center. Draw your knees in towards your chest and give yourself a squeeze, taking some gentle rocking from side to side to relax your low back. And take any other movements here that would feel good for you before heading to your Shavasana pose. Whenever you're ready, you'll extend your legs and arms long by your sides, allowing your eyes to close, and feel yourself growing very heavy as you relax all of your muscles into your mat. Begin a scan from the top of your head all the way down to your toes as you relax each muscle one by one. And from here, following your breath for the next 21 full breaths as you invite yourself to relax completely for your Shavasana. Take a full breath as you begin to return movement to your body. And in your own time, make your way onto either side for a few more moments, returning to whatever intention you set for yourself before your practice, and knowing you can carry it off your mat into the rest of your day. Whenever you're ready, begin to ease your way back to a comfortable seated position, and drawing your hands towards your heart, take a moment to dedicate your practice to someone or something. Namaste.